you're gonna be needing red, yellow, white, blue, a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, and some felt. So we're gonna start off with the Spider-Man head. So I'm gonna be taking my red yarn and I'm gonna create a magic circle. So to create a magic circle, we need to leave a little bit of a tail at the end, and then we're gonna wrap it around our finger twice. So once you do that, you take your hook, you put it underneath these two loops that we created. I guess you call them loops. And then you pull the working yarn, and now you have one loop, and then you yarn over and pull through. So like that, you've created your magic ring. So now we need to make 6 single crochets in the magic ring. So to do that, we're gonna go underneath the 2 yarn pieces, drag the yarn underneath these 2 pieces, and then yarn over and pull through both. So that's 1 single crochet. Let's do it again. So pull, yarn over, and pull through 2. So that's 2. One more time. So put your hook underneath these 2, pull the working yarn. Now you have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and simply pull through. So that's 3. And yeah, now you're gonna do 6. So I'm gonna do these off camera and I'll be back. Okay, so I have my 6 single crochet in the magic circle, and all I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna be pulling this yarn tail, and we're gonna be pulling it downwards. So downwards. And I like to put my thumb in the hole just so that I could know which one of these 2, hold up, let me zoom in. Which one of these 2 should I pull? And you're gonna see it right now. So basically this one, the one to my left, is the one that's closing. So I'm gonna remove my finger. I'm gonna take this yarn and I'm gonna just simply pull it a little bit down. So pull down, pull down. And then you should see that the circle is closed. So now I'm just gonna pull back, I'm gonna pull again on the yarn tail, and I'm gonna pull it downwards. It's maybe a little tricky if you're working with thick yarn, plush yarn, because of the fluff. So pull it gently, and voila, here is the magic circle. Right, so I like to put a stitch marker at the end of the stitches, at the end of the magic ring, because it's gonna help us know when our round ends. And so for the first round, we're gonna do 6 increases. So to do an increase, you simply do 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So to do that, you go into your first stitch, you go underneath the 2 stitches, the 2 V's. If you can see these 2 V's, it's a little bit difficult because it's thick yarn, but 2 V's. You go underneath, and then you pull the working yarn underneath these 2, and you have 2 loops on your hook. So now you yarn over and you pull through. So that's 1 single crochet. Now, an increase is 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. So you're gonna go back into that same stitch. You're gonna pull your yarn, then you're gonna yarn over. So that's an increase. And you should see you have 2 stitches. So you're doing it correct. And so you're just gonna do this all around until you reach the end of your stitch marker. And yeah. Okay, so I finished this round, and you should have a total of 12 stitches. So now we're gonna start with round 2. So round 2, all you have to do is 1 single crochet and 1 increase. So 1 single crochet in the first stitch and then 1 increase in the next stitch. It should look like this. And now for round 4 or round 3, I don't remember, we have to do 2 single crochets and then 1 increase. So 1 single crochet and then another single crochet and then 1 increase. You should notice that it's starting to curve and form kind of like a cone. And so now we're gonna do 3 single crochets and then 1 increase. And we're gonna do that all around. For the next round, as you probably know by now, we're gonna do 4 single crochets and then 1 increase. And I'll meet you back. And now for the next 3 rounds, we're gonna be doing 1 single crochet in each stitch. So 1 single crochet, and we're gonna do that all along. Okay, so now we're gonna start to decrease. So for this round, we're gonna do 2 single crochets and then 1 decrease. And I'll show you how to do a decrease. So firstly, we're gonna do 2 single crochets. And then now to do a decrease, it's basically, it combines 2 stitches into 1. So we go, you see how there's a front loop here, and then there's the back loop, which is here. So we're gonna go into the front loop of the first stitch, and then we're gonna go into the front loop of the second stitch. So front loop of the second stitch, and then we're gonna yarn over. So yarn over, and we're gonna pull it through both stitches. And then we have now 2 loops on our hook. We're gonna yarn over again, and we're gonna pull through the 2 loops. And there you go. That's a decrease. So I'll show it one more time. So 1, 2, and then, so front loop, and then front loop of the other stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and there you go. There you go, that's the decrease. And so we're gonna do that all around, and I'll be back. All right, so now we're gonna do 1 single crochet and then 1 decrease. 1 single crochet, 1 decrease. So do that all around and then come back. All right, so we're gonna take a break from crocheting, and we're gonna start to embroider the details on the mask. So I threaded some black yarn into a needle, and we're gonna start to work on the mask. So basically what I like to do is I like to put the the needle somewhere here, and make sure that you hold one of the tails so that it doesn't all come through. So we're gonna pull, and then now we just decide where we want, what design we want. So I'm just gonna put a line here, and I'm gonna insert my needle into this space because I've decided that that's where I'm gonna put the line. So I'm just gonna put it, and I'm gonna pull. So now we have a line. And now I'm gonna put the needle in this hole. I'm gonna pull. And then I want it to be like this. Sort of like a straight line, but horizontally. So I'm gonna insert my needle back into the hole and I'm gonna pull. All right, so now I'm gonna insert my needle through here and I'm gonna pull tightly, and that's the shape. And then I'm gonna put it through here towards the end, and I'm gonna pull, and then I'm gonna make a straight line by doing it by connecting and putting my needle through. So it's essentially, you put from the inside, you put your needle from the inside, and then you put it from the outside. So yeah, and then I'm gonna be making another line. All right, so once it's looking something like this, do not be worried. We're gonna be gluing the eyes on, so it's gonna look all cohesive and stuff. Just make a bunch of random straight lines and diagonal lines, and it should be good. And you should have cut your felt to look like this, and simply just glue them together and put them wherever you want on the face. Now take your hook and put it through the loop that we left off last time, and we're gonna start off by crocheting decreases all around. So just keep on doing decreases until you reach the end. I'll be back. Get some stuffing, and we're gonna stuff the face until it's chubby. And yeah. Now for the final round, all we're gonna do is we're gonna decrease around, and then the last stitch we're gonna do a single crochet. So just continue decreasing around, and the last stitch that you have, which is the stitch marker, you single crochet, and that's it. All right, so I have completed the last round, and so now we're gonna fasten off. So to fasten off, what I like to do is I like to slip stitch. So basically, you're gonna insert your yarn through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then pull through the loop that was on the hook. And that's it, that's your slip stitch. And then we're gonna leave a bit of a tail, not too much, but like this amount. And we're gonna pull our hook and tug. And then now we have to weave in our ends. Okay, so I thread my yarn through a needle, and now we're gonna fasten off. So to fasten off, basically, we're gonna go into the front loops of the stitches. So we have 5 stitches. So we're gonna go through the front loop, front loop, if you can see. And we're gonna pull, and then front loop of the next stitch, and we're gonna pull, and then front loop of the next stitch, we're gonna pull, then front loop of the next stitch, we're gonna pull, and then finally front loop of the last stitch, and we're gonna pull. Now we're gonna pull the yarn that we just tightened. We just closed the hole of. So yeah, you pull it gently, and then once you pulled it, you take your yarn needle, you poke it through the middle, and you take it somewhere outside. So I'm taking it here. So again, so you're gonna take the yarn needle, and you're gonna poke it in the middle, and you're gonna put it somewhere, poke it outside somewhere, and you're gonna pull. And there you go. You just fastened your circle, and it is done and ready. So yeah. And now I just like to put it for extra safety in other parts. And then you can just pull it, rip it, and then just hide the yarn in the ball so that you don't have to weave in the ends. Yeah, that's it. So now we're gonna take our white yarn and we're gonna repeat the exact same steps that we did to create this, but we're only gonna repeat it till we reach the part where we have to do single crochet in each stitch for the next 3 rounds. So you're gonna stop there. So you're gonna do from the magic circle until the single crochet in each round for 3 rounds, and then come back. So you can rewind if you need any help and come back to see what else we're gonna do. All right, so I finished doing 3 rounds of single crochets, and now the twist here is that we're gonna do a 4th round of single crochets all around. So just keep doing single crochets all around until you reach the end, and then come back. So after doing this round, we're gonna first take our hook off, and we're gonna put the hat, or the hood, I guess, into the Spider-Man. And obviously, I think it fits. And now, all we have to do is put our hook back into the loop, and we're gonna do 1 single crochet and then 1 decrease. And we're gonna do that all around until we reach the end. Now we're gonna do a slip stitch, and we're gonna pull the yarn and tighten it. And then we're gonna take our needle, and we're gonna take our yarn, and we're gonna thread it. And then you see the hood, and you see, sorry, that's fluff. You see this side. I'm gonna put the yarn needle through that side, and I'm gonna pull. So now it's facing us. So now I'm just gonna put the yarn through a couple stitches so that it's more secured, and then we can pull it. So I'm gonna pull the yarn through here, and here, and then you can just grab your scissors and cut. And that's it. It should look something like this. I'm gonna get some safety eyes, and I'm gonna put it here and here, wherever honestly you feel like it looks cute and symmetrical. And that's it. Like I did before, I'm gonna thread some yarn, and I'm gonna embroider some whiskers. So I'm gonna go underneath here, pull and hold one of the tails so that they're not pulled completely out. And then I'm gonna see where I want the line to be, and then I'm gonna insert my hook and my yarn needle from the outside and poke it. So there's my first whisker. And then I'm gonna do the same thing again, so I'm gonna repeat it. Pull, see where I want it here, poke, so that's 2, and then 1 more. And there you go. 3 whiskers. And now we're gonna do it on the other side. So simply insert it where you want. Make sure you're hiding that tail. And then poke it out. And then continue doing that until you have 3 whiskers. And so now we're gonna start working on the cat ears. So I made a magic ring and I made 4 single crochets in the magic ring. And now the pattern's super easy. We're gonna be doing 1 single crochet, 1 increase into each stitch for the next 2 rounds. So this round and another round. And then fasten off and leave a bit of a tail, and that's it. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm done with the ears, and now we're gonna make the bow. So I started off by making a magic circle with 6 single crochets into that ring. And yeah, now we're gonna be doing something different. So first off, we're gonna slip stitch. We're gonna chain 2. So to chain 2, we're gonna yarn over and pull through the loop, yarn over again, pull through the loop. And then we're gonna do a half double crochet increase. So we're gonna yarn over, insert into the stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through all 3. So that's 1. So a half double crochet increase is 2 half double crochet increase, 2 half double crochets into 1 stitch. So we're gonna do another one into the same stitch. So now let's repeat. So we're gonna do another 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. So yarn over, insert hook, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3, yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. And then we're gonna do a slip stitch. So now we're gonna repeat this pattern again. So we're gonna chain 2, so wrap, yarn over, chain 1, chain 2. Now we're gonna do 4 half double crochets or 2 half double crochet increases. So yarn over, insert hook into the stitch, and then yarn over, pull through all 3, and then 1 more, and then finally we need to do it again 2 more times. So yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull underneath, grab, and then yarn over and pull through all 3. Then 1 more. And then finally we're gonna slip stitch into the first stitch. So, and cut and leave a little bit of yarn, tail, and pull through. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it. And we're gonna get our needle again, and we're gonna thread the yarn, and then, so we need to look closely. So you see the middle stitch over here? Hold up, here. We're gonna put our needle through that, and we're gonna put it also through the opposite side, like the middle stitch of the opposite side. and we're gonna pull. So it should start to look like this. And then we're gonna do this one more time. So we're gonna put it through the middle and the middle of the opposite side, and we're just gonna pull. And adjust, and then turn around, and it should look like this. And you're done. So now we're gonna start off with the body. So I made a magic ring with 6 single crochets in it. And we're gonna do 6 increases. Once you're done with the 6 increases, we're gonna do 1 single crochet in each stitch for the next 2 rounds. And then fasten off. And we're gonna repeat that. We're gonna make another leg, except once you're done with all 4 rounds, you're not gonna fasten off, and you'll meet me back. So I'm back and I have 1 more stitch. So I'm gonna take my stitch marker out and I'm gonna do single crochet. So instead of finishing that last single crochet, I'm gonna take my blue yarn and I'm gonna switch colors. So I'm gonna make a loop like this, put it through the hook and pull through both loops. Yeah. And then we're gonna chain 1, actually chain another one as well. And yeah, so now we're done with the white, so we can cut the yarn, and we leave just a little bit of tail because we need to sew the hole closed. So now we're gonna join the legs together. So you're gonna take your other leg, you're gonna insert it into the closest stitch next to where you fastened off. So mine is here. If you can see, this is where I fastened off, and this is the closest stitch. And we're gonna insert in, and then that's it. So we inserted our hook, and we're gonna yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through both loops. And there you go. You just connected the leg. So that counted as our first stitch. And now we're gonna continue by doing 11 more single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then there's 1 more stitch here, 11. So now you finished the first part. So now we're gonna go into the 2 stitch chains that we did. So I have 1 marked with the stitch marker, so I'm gonna insert my hook, yarn over and make a single crochet like usual, and then you see that one, it's hidden. It's this one right here. I'm gonna insert my hook again, if it can go inside. Okay, I'm gonna yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through both. And now we're gonna insert a hook into the first stitch of the next leg, which is this one. And we're gonna do 12 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And now we need to make 2 more single crochets into the chain stitches that we made. So 1, and then take your stitch marker out, 2, and that's it. For the next round, we're gonna do 3 single crochets and then an increase all around and come back. All right, for the next 4 rounds, we're gonna do 1 single crochet in each stitch and come back. All right, so next up, we're gonna do 14 single crochets and then decrease 2 times. So we're gonna do 14 single crochets, decrease, and then 14 single crochets, decrease again. And then the last 3 stitches, we're gonna do 1 single crochet in each of those stitches. Now for the next 2 rounds, we're just gonna do 1 single crochet in each of the stitches and continue doing that around. Okay, so we have 2 more stitches to go. So before we finish them, we're gonna switch colors to yellow. So I'm gonna do 1 single crochet, but I'm not gonna complete it. And then I'm gonna take my other color, which is yellow. I'm gonna make a loop and I'm gonna pull through both. And then I'm gonna make 1 more single crochet, but this time in yellow. And that's the end of this round. Now for the next round, we're gonna do 5 single crochets and then decrease all around. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Before we finish the 5th one, we're gonna yarn over with the blue and we're gonna pull through both. And there you go. And then now we're gonna do a decrease. So remember, decrease, and then 1, 3, 4, switch to yellow, and 5. And you'll notice here that we didn't do a decrease after, and that's fine because we don't have any more stitches, so yeah. Now we can fasten off. So we're gonna cut the blue yarn, and we don't need to leave a big tail, a long tail. And then we're gonna fasten off the yellow. So we're gonna slip stitch, and then cut a long tail, because this is how we're gonna sew the body on. Pull it through, tighten it, and there you go. Now all we have to do is stuff the body. So now we're gonna make a magic circle with 8 single crochets inside. And then we're gonna do 8 single crochets around in white. I have my last stitch, so I'm gonna be switching colors. So I'm gonna insert my hook, make a fake single crochet. So basically I won't continue it. Then I'll take my yellow, basically the part that I did here. I'm gonna take that color. So we're gonna take the yellow, make a loop, and pull it through both parts. And then that's it. So now we're gonna make 1 single crochet in each stitch for the next 6 rounds. And then fasten off. And you're done with the hands. And make 2. So we're gonna start off by threading the yarn through one of the loops, well, not loops, the thread, and we're gonna start placing it. So I'm gonna place it around here. Here's where it looks nice to me. You can place it wherever you want, and basically I'm just gonna pick up a loop beside it, pull through, and then go into one of the stitches on the ears and pull through. And then we're gonna do this all around. So again, we're gonna pick up a loop right next to the ear, and then we're gonna pick up a loop, pick up a stitch from the ear, and do that again until the end. So we're gonna sew on the arms the same way we sewed on everything else. And yeah, that's it. That's the finished product. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this, make sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, bye. Now we're gonna sew on the body to the head. So we're gonna take that yarn that we left off, and we're gonna position the head where we want it. So I think it looks, oh sorry, fluff. I think it looks good over here. So I'm just gonna do the same thing as I did with the hair, with the ears. So I'm gonna take a piece from the head, more specifically the white Hello Kitty hat. I'm gonna pull, and then I'm gonna take a piece of the body, and I'm gonna pull through. So we're gonna do this all around. So piece from the white hood, and then piece from the body, and do that all around until you reach the end. Hi everyone, so today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet this Spider-Man in a Hello Kitty costume. So yeah, if you want to learn how to do it, just continue watching.